Yeah, what's going on, everyone? I'm gonna make a video on my CoN game so far. Epic! Seems like everyone's doing that, so might as well hop on the bandwagon. Gonna skip some of the games, hit the good ones, get the commentary. Let's start with the game versus Klayton from the first round. He's got Galatia, I'm fucking Rome, so pretty good matchup. Let's see, what did I bring in this matchup? I have pretty infantry heavy army, not the most infantry heavy that army I've ever brought though. I got 2 Triarii up front with a Vigile, 3 Hastati, you'll see that in every battle, Evocati, Veteran Legionnaire, Evocati, nice. Infantry, of course, Rome is limited to 3 fucking elite missile units or elite melee units, so yeah. Then archer, so 3 Syrian archers, very nice. I didn't bring the most cav because again Galatia's not going to bring a shit ton of cav. I do have 2 Numidians out here to counter the Galatian raiders, but I also have 2 Sakyakote Extraordinarii to get that shock cav advantage. Of course my cav is no match for Cappadocians, but the shock cav at least give me a different dynamic, which of course is good to have. And it will allow me to get some high impact charges that, you know, Sakyakotes or regular Equites would not really be able to do. I also do have 2 regular Equites just to hold the line, and I also have a spear-guided Treacies back here, so again, they're going to be useful in countering Cappadocians. Now my Numidians are getting some early volleys on these Cappadocians, killing 2 instantly, so very nice. Klayton should be dealing with that better. He is pushing on this flank with his 2 versus 1 Galatian Raiders, but allowing these Numidians any sort of kills is just not good. And I'll get another fucking volley here for free. And killed, yeah, so I've already killed 11 men in this Cappadocian, so I fucking neutered it, like, instantly. The Galatian Raiders will not trade effectively with Numidians, because they just have so low armor that any Numidian volleys will be devastating. The Numidians are a bit faster as well. So now Klayton's dealing with this threat. So here I get a little close. So I will take 2 volleys in the ass here, so this was probably a mistake. But you can see even now, 48 to 48, so we're trading effectively. And a couple more volleys in here, get 2 more kills. So, not terrible. My archer's also going to get a couple kills here, just about. Get about 2 kills, or 3 kills there. So, dealing damage to the raiders, this is important. Obviously, Numidians, the important thing for them is to deal a lot of damage with their javelins, because they're going to be shit in melee, whereas the Galatian raiders are quite good at melee. Of course, they don't want to take a charge from cav, but if they get into the rear of infantry, or if they get into a cav fight without getting charged, they'll do good damage with those really nice melee stats. Numidians, fucking useless in melee, so I have to actually use my javelins. I can't get into like a baiting javelin war, because if I just miss all my javelins and he misses all his javelins, his Galatian raiders have a lot more value than my Numidians. So I have to do a lot of damage with my 7 volleys of javelins. And I'm doing a good job so far. Both of his cav are down to 45, so that's pretty good. This Numidian also has a lot of ammo, already killed 11 Cappadocians. He is getting some slinger shots here, so I'm just trying to get out of range. Didn't lose anyone, but that's fine. Let's look at Klayton's army. So he has 2 Galatian raiders. Now that he's out of the forest, it might be a little easier to see. I think he has 2 Cappadocians. He has a Galatian nobleman general, so no noble horse. This is a mistake, I would say. Just bring the noble horse. He's gone for a lot of missile units, too. He has 2 Syrians, 2 Celtic slingers, and I think we'll see a 3rd Celtic slinger here. Yeah, here, and maybe a 3rd Syrian, so maybe 6 missiles in total. I forget if he has a 3rd Syrian, though. He does have another Galatian nobleman, so 2 Galatian noblemen. He has his 3 Galatian legionnaires, 3 Galatian swords, a couple of Galatian spears as well. 2 Galatian spears, 1 Celtic tribesman, 2 Galatian noblemen, 2 Cappadocians, 3 Galatian legionnaires, 3 Galatian swords, 3 Celtic slingers, and at least 2 Syrians. Again, there might be a thing hidden here. I guess probably not, with the 2 Galatian raiders on the flank. So that is problematic. He has a lot of infantry. You know, if we match up the infantry 1 for 1, he's got 3 Galatian legionnaires for my 3 Epicati / veterans. He has 3 Galatian swords for my 3 Hastati. He has 2 Galatian noblemen for my 2 Triarii, and he has the extra 2 Galatian spears for my, well, let's say for my spear-guided Treacies. He has the Celtic tribesmen for my Vigile. So he actually has a lot. He has an extra infantry to me. Yeah, an extra Galatian spear essentially, which is good. His cav though is drastically outnumbered, 2 to 4 plus the Legatus here. So that's not really ideal. He has a lot more missiles than me as well. He has 5, basically 5 missiles to 3. But I'm not gonna go for a missile war here, obviously. That doesn't make any sense. I have to use my cav really well in this battle. I get a lot of impact from them, and hurting this Cappadocian has helped me a lot. I can get to his slingers, then I'll be in good shape. My infantry is worse than his, just straight up, because he has, yeah, better spears. His Galatian swords are better than my Hastati. His Galatian Legion is maybe slightly worse than my Bacati, but it's pretty close. But I have those extra cav to do something for that. He's backing up here. I'm just sniping his general. You know, they have good armor, 75 armor, but I've just seen in the past that these guys can die pretty fast. Getting a counter charge here, wasting this Triarii, or using the Triarii to block the charge, and then getting a Stadi in there, means I'll win this fight easily. Nice charge here from the Socket Triarii, getting in to both units here, actually, and his general's already down to a couple men just from archer fire. A bit passive here, yeah, my cav, I'm just running them away. Numidians harassing in the rear here and defending my rear. In this area, getting Hastati into the Galatian spheres will kill them off easily. He's not going to get... I actually just sacrifice an Equite here to kill that Syrian archer, because I can also recharge this Galatian sword, so this is actually a good move. And I have more cav than he does. His Cappadocians have already taken losses. 44 and 46 here, so they're not a huge threat to me. So I get a Syrian archer down a couple of men, and I recharge this Galatian sword. Going to help me a lot in the infantry fight. And that could be big. I don't know why these Galatian spears were taking so much fire from my archer, but they were. Again, now here's another good fight for me. Hastati against Galatian spears. He does have more men in the start here because this Hastati probably took a javelin volley or something in the flank, but it's going to win this fight easily. Numidian's harassing both of his Cappadocians here. And you can see I have a lot of reserves here. He's pretty spread out, but we're both like pretty much lined up to take some fights here. You know, like he has these two infantry here. I have this guy. These guys are ready to fight. This Triarii trying to wrap around the flank and kill off that Galatian spear. So this, you know, there's a free nobleman here that I can't really match. But, you know, I have my spear gladiatrices. My archers are in good spots to shoot his gen. So this is a good engagement for me, I'd say. Here, this Numidian probably shouldn't have charged in here because he has like two Cappadocians here. And it just means that he's going to get caught. But he's trying to retreat his general. So I'm just causing as much chaos as possible here. Nice recharge there from the Equite is going to kill off this Galatian sword. Just going into square with the Vigiles here because I don't want to take a fight with his nobleman. At least in square they'll last for a pretty long time. Here I'm going to bait out this Legionnaire, get a charge, and then surround it here. And again, I'm pushing him back on this flank. He has no way to win this fight. So he's just going to have to run away. And then my Equite can just get it over here and kill these guys. He doesn't have enough cav to actually deal with this. See, my Numidians kind of get caught here. They're trying to run away, but they're going to lose a lot of men for this. Probably not worth. Here he is going to get a nice recharge with his Cappadocians. I should have got my Socket over there faster, but it was, you know, I just charged in, so I had to get out. And he just rotated the Cappadocian around my flank. But I'm sending a Triarii over here, which will finish off this fight. I'm just about even on this fight, but I'm winning here in the center. And as soon as this Veteran Legionnaire gets into this fight, or if I choose to try to win on this fight, that's also good. But, you know, I probably want to fight over here because his general's there. But Klayton has gotten back into the game a little bit here, especially with this recharge, and his Galatian Legionnaire is doing well against my Avocatis for some reason. Not really sure why. Just got charged. Here's Galatian Legionnaires go for my Auxiliary Numidian Cav, but this is a mistake. Like, my general's right here, so I'm just going to kill these guys. And yeah, you can see I instantly get the kills here. And now, yeah, this Galatian Legionnaire loses 20 men on the charge, so that's the power of these Socket Equites. Oh, he had the Galatian Sword hidden here, actually, so I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, I better just engage. But now this Triarii is actually in a bit of trouble here, because the Galatian Sword will do pretty well against it. But I'm going to get some really good engagements here. Killing off this unit. Going to kill off this unit. These guys, you know, will be a pretty close fight. But his archers in nearby are going to make this pretty tough for the Triarii. But my Equite is going to get those guys in a sec. Numidians did manage to get out with 35 men, so not terrible. So his Cappadocians are doing nothing. My Hastati does rout here, though, so I have to bail with my Extraordinarii. But my Triarii are in time to, like, support this fight. And kill off these Galatian spears. This fight, still not in my favor. I guess the general and maybe archer fire are going to make these Avocati not have a good time against the Galatian Legionnaire. In the center, I'm definitely about to lose. He's about to have a bunch of units here, but he is very blobbed in the center as well. Which means that he's not really, like, winning in as many places as he could be. He could be fighting better. Oh, nice attempt to actually rout this Hastati with the fucking morale debuff, but didn't work. 25 morale, they were already routing. They lose about 10 more morale there. What's the studies? No, actually, they lost 20 more morale and they didn't rout. That's actually insane. That was actually a really smart play from Klayton, but it didn't work for some reason, which is kind of dumb. Like, if a unit was in white morale, like it was already routing with 45 morale, and then it loses 25 morale, it should definitely shatter. I feel like that's like almost guaranteed, but for some reason it wasn't. So now my Spear Gladiator Treacy is trying to enter the fight again. I thought he'd have more counterplay with his Cappadocian, so my Spear Gladiator Treacies haven't done very much in this battle because his Cappadocians are almost dead already. My Cab is definitely much stronger here. You can see 39 and 38 Sock Equites, 47 Equites, 60 Equites here, and he only has 43 Cappadocians and another 37, so my Cab will be dominating the battlefield. My Numidians are being able to snipe his archers now. He's trying to defend them, but it's not really successful. My Cab is going to get into these two archers. And I'm definitely winning these fights. You can see I broke off my Hastati from this engagement, which I knew I was going to win, 65 versus 119. And I'm just going to recharge this Galatian Nobleman. I want to win these fights as fast as possible. And now my Spear Gladiator Treacy can enter the fight here. And sure, it's a sword, it's a spear with only 90 men, but it has really good stats, 70 melee defense, really high attack for a spear. So I actually just like get it into this fucking Galatian sword, which isn't charging it, and it's going to be very good for me. I'll pop the abilities as well, just maximize the killing output so they can kill this unit really quickly. And so yeah, Spear Gladiator Treacies are actually a pretty deadly unit. Yeah, just on the charge too, they have only 20 charge, I guess, not really that good. But they have high attack, high defense, so they're not really fast to die. And they'll actually tear apart this unit, especially with the abilities. And of course, my Cav can just recharge it once it engages. So yeah, one archer going down here. I'm now getting around the flank, and he doesn't want to take a fight here. My Trura are easily killing this Galatian Spear. These Epicati are holding on at least, but they're gonna die. Actually, they did pretty well. They actually ended up like tying this engagement. Now his general comes and finishes it off. He can't take this fight because I have like so much Cav here. So he just runs away, but this just like leaves his unit open to a recharge, which I can finish it off, and then I can just keep recharging here. Didn't want to recharge this fight because then he would actually surround me. If I recharged here, I'm going to win this fight, rout this unit, and now I have spears to support. But if I just charged here, general would just engage my Equite and kill it with a recharge from the Cappadocian. So it's better to win this fight for free. Yeah, you can see these Spear Gladiator Treacies not doing great, to be honest. They do better. But they are fighting a bigger sword unit, so it's not really a huge surprise. But anyway, he exposes his rear, so this unit's about to get totally toasted. Numidian is just harassing his archers. Not allowing his archers to focus any units is actually really valuable for me. You can see the spear is about to die. Sock Equite is doing well for themselves. Trying to snipe his general, my archers still. That's fine. Cappadocian's gonna take some javelins here. Not really anything significant though. They're still chasing my Numidians. And like now this Hastati is just like free wrecking in the backlines. These guys are in like the stupidest formations. They're not killing these guys very quickly, which is unfortunate. But I'm winning these two fights with really healthy infantry units, even though I'm losing over here. But this Epicati managed to stabilize. It's actually huge. Just managed to super stabilize, and now it's not gonna rout. And my Triera can support. This Hastati's coming back. And now he has one cav like busting from my archers. My archers are really spread here, and I have a cav unit of my own. Klayton does a smart move though. He just backs up here. Like I get absolutely fucked by these javelins. Gets two javelin volleys here. Decimates these Equites. And he will try to get his cav in. Yeah, it's a good decision not to charge the tree area, instead charge the rear of these Epicati to finish them off. But my archers will now survive. You can see the Gladiator Treacies are actually doing well for themselves now. They've lost 25 men, but they've killed about 40, and they have a smaller unit, so that's a good trade. My Shriar here are fighting these Galatian swords, and they were fighting a Galatian spear as well, so they're losing this fight. They were also getting shot for a while. Now my Equites just charge in here. He does get his Galatian spears in, but I just keep running through these archers. To keep chasing his other units of missiles here. And now these these Galatian swords are going to get wrecked in the back by archer fire. He doesn't have the cav in position to chase my archers anymore, so this Hastati can come clean these swords up, or closer tribesmen up again. Eventually, my archers will just have to run away, but I can just spread out. Looks like he's maybe going to try to do something. He has 30 men in this unit, so he can get to me, but I have this 18 Sock Equite, which can just hold off the Cappadocian for long enough for my archers to shoot it, and there's also a Numidian here, which may have ammo. Yeah, they do have ammo, so they can, shoot these Cappadocians as well. Big blob fight going on here. He's going to win this fight easily. But it's just allowing me to win these fights and then get in here. My Equites will just survive for the Hastati to kill off these Galatian spears. Again, I still have a lot more cav than he does. I have another 47 Equites here, 33 Extraordinarii. getting into his gen, who is not dead yet though. Terraria getting into this fight, going into square though, because they're attacked in the rear by these legions. Don't really want to fight them straight up, they're just going to lose. Finally, he does get into my archer, but I'm just running it away. It's not going to lose, it's not going to die too fast, and my Equites can now come in. And you can see nice javelins from the Numidians, although it isn't a forest, so it's not going to do too much damage. Nice rear charge here, so my Equite is getting into his archers. His archers have not been allowed to fire, they've just been constantly harassed by my cav, which has really prevented them from, like, you know, being able to focus key targets, which would have been nice for him, especially to shoot my infantry or my shock cav. But now, yeah, these Hastati are just gonna win this fight pretty much, straight up. Equite is 28 men, that's fine, more than enough to kill off 16 Cappadocians. I just charged these legionaries instead, sacrifice the Equite, so that my infantry will easily win this fight. These Hastati are going to kill everything in this blob. These guys have killed off that Galatian sword, and now they're just going to run out as gen. And yeah, everything's kind of turning good for me now because these legions are just going to get recharged to death. Spears out there chasing, and I decided, like, okay, I lost my extraordinary. I'm out of ammo with this Numidian probably. Well, maybe it's a little bit of ammo, but I can't stop these Cappadocians, so I just say, fine, you can chase my archers to the edge of the map. I'm just going to kill everything else, and then your one cab is not really going to do anything. Another nice use of the morale debuff there. I think he's been using that pretty effectively all game, Klayton. But again, I just have way healthier infantry at this point, 110 to 88. 84 Triarii to 44 noblemen with a recharge coming in from my half-strength Gladiatrices, which have 65 kills, all on Galatian swords, and now on noblemen as well. So really good kills on the Gladiatrices. They're still, you know, just under half strength. Galatian Legionnaires 25 versus 83. It's a loss. My cav here, 10 men, so they're gonna go down. These archers will live. Galatian sword back here, but I do have my general alive here to hunt down the remaining archers as well as this Numidian, and that's why this Cappadocian being all the way out here is just kind of bad because now he can't protect his archers anymore. But again, if he doesn't kill my archers, then my archers just will trade off the missile war against his, and then or potentially even win it because I have all of mine are Syrians. I also have, you know, another 20 extraordinary back here, generals full strength. So, you know, can easily get to these archers. One cav is probably not enough to save them anyway. So, yeah, now his general's dead, probably. No, not yet, but he's about to die. With only 30 men in the unit. And this should be pretty much just clean up town here. So, pretty close game, pretty interesting. I think he had way better infantry, but my cav was just harassing him too much. Got really nice charges to make my infantry in a better place. And also, like, the fact that he mostly was attacking on his left or my right, and that one Avocado just didn't die for so long, and the Triarii and Hastati held out so that I could kill his entire left flank with those veteran legionnaires and Avocado, with the Saki Equites getting that crucial charge on the Galatian legionnaire on the far left that just owned it, got like 20 kills instantly, and then got surrounded by Hastati and Evocati, and the Hastati recharged the Galatian noblemen and just opened up that flank, gave me two really healthy infantry units, which just cleaned up the rest of the battle. And him losing his Galatian raiders was also terrible for him, because those were the units that should have been hunting my archers down in the late game, not his Cappadocians, because you could see how far the Cappadocians had to go to even try to do that. It's just too far. I don't really know where it is anymore, but, you know, you saw it was pretty far away. And that just allowed me to consolidate and kill his remaining infantry with my cav, and then kill his archers as well. So yeah, pretty close game. Let's look at the stats. Yeah, really good kills on these Equites. Remember that Equite that charged in and recharged his Galatian sword at the beginning too was a pretty huge move. Again, just disrupting those archers, not letting him focus down my Equites Extraordinary when they charged in. So really big kills on the Equites is really nice. Not too many kills in the Extraordinary, but really valuable kills. Numidians, again, hunting his archers, getting good kills on his Javcav. That's fine. One Avocado kind of got fucked over, but the other two did really well. Again, one Hastati as well, kind of getting fucked, but the other two doing really well. Terraria did fine. Gladiatrices did good. Eventually he's got pwned, but whatever. Pretty nice. On the Klayton side, yeah, his legions did okay. Just not as well as mine, right? You have one with 39 kills as well. The one that got surrounded and charged by the Equites Extraordinary get fucked. Two Galatian noblemen, don't really agree with that. Just give it Noble Horse. Maybe one Galatian nobleman, because you only have 3 legions is fine, but I'd get more Galatian spears, 1 nobleman, one noble horse general with 2 Cappadocians. And his Cappadocians did fine. They kind of got focused, especially by the Numidians at the start, and then by my Cav just being more numbers. But they were just trying to defend their archers in vain. That one Cappadocian did get a root charge on my Hastati. That was a good move. But you can see his slingers, for having 5 missile units, just didn't get enough done. Nothing at all. My archers, on the other hand, pretty decent kills. End up getting chased, so they had a lot of ammo left, but they got chased down. But it was just like, they end up being a distraction, so it's fine. Anyway, yep, that was a pretty good game, and see you in the next one.